have a couple of panels, and I am going to ask folks that they can limit their testimony to 3 minutes each because we still have 2 work sessions to do before the end of the evening. So next panel is David Seber, Christina Volgesi, I'm hoping I got that right, and Gary Shapiro. And I'm going to hand the gavel to my trusty vice chair, and I'll be right back.
That's it. I am trusty.
I didn't say trustworthy.
All right, thank you. Whoever wants to
Go ahead.
Okay, hi, my name is Dave Seber, and my company is Fiber Alternatives. Please let me thank Senator Floyd Brzezinski and the committee for the opportunity to present this information, which is based on my poster entitled 21st Century Hemp Composites and Energy Applications, and an accompanying PowerPoint presentation, which will be available through Senator Brzezinski's office. It's right up there, or at the above addresses. What this poster says is that hemp grown densely up to 18 feet with no side branching or plant spacing, chopped to whole green stalk pieces 1/4 to 1/2 inch, and dried to produce feedstock or furnish can be made into biofuels, biochar, and building material composites. Why industrial hemp? Yield. Hemp is the only annual fiber energy source plant that produces enough material to replace the biomass currently extracted from forests and fruit-producing sources on a sustainable basis. Hemp can produce 10 to 15 tons of biomass per acre on secondary and tertiary growing areas. The composition, hemp stalks are 77% cellulose, and the lignin is soluble with hydrogen peroxide. Since our forests are the second most important carbon sinks on the planet next to the oceans, how can we hope to sequester excess carbon dioxide if we keep removing the trees from our forests? Industrial products such as biofuels and biochar have 3 processes that are currently being considered: distillation, biodigestion, and pyrolysis. Hemp is the best source of annually renewable ag biomass we have. Pyrolysis, which is non-oxygen combustion, currently has the most potential to produce biofuels. While infrastructure investment for pyrolysis is prohibitively expensive, the biochar side product holds tremendous potential to eliminate nutrient runoff in fields and to supplement and eventually replace organic and petroleum-based fertilizers in agriculture. Hemp for composite building materials. Hemp is as good as or superior to wood fiber in all current applications such as particle board, MDF, OSB panels, laminated veneer lumber, structural beam components, and can be produced with minor modifications in the mills as they are. It is a good reinforcement for thermoplastic resin fiberglass applications, and a report on these topics entitled Bass Fiber Applications for Composites is linked to www.fibealternatives.com website. Hemp and lime can be mixed to make a spectrum of building materials ranging from blown insulation, plasters, panels, structural members, aggregates, and sealants for walls and floors, etc. These products make buildings and structures that absorb CO2 over time while creating super comfortable interior environment temperatures with walls that actually breathe. In conclusion, hemp is an ideal material for making biofuels and biochar for agriculture, to mitigate global warming and forest degradation, to stabilize the world and Oregon's economy, to revolutionize building materials, construction technologies, and costs, and to provide green-collar jobs and employment. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was impressive. Thank you.
And that was said within 3 minutes?
I'd like to
very
make
good.
a comment in that first of all, I was directly involved in the legalization of industrial hemp in Canada. When you receive your poster, you'll see a picture of a piece of MDF here, The first license that was granted in Canada was on an experimental basis, and someone had to, it was on the provision that someone had to take the raw stock and make it into an industrial prototype. I was sent the raw stock, which we then sent to Washington State University Materials and Engineering Lab, where we made medium density fiberboard out of it, which when was sent back to the Canadian farmer and placed into the hands of the Canadian government representative, industrial hemp became legal in Canada. And I would just point out that while there's no accounting for the history of what's happened with industrial hemp, that hemp works better or as well in all our mills that produce building materials and composites right now. How much is the amount of hundreds of millions of dollars of products that we're talking about that could be used through our mills alone, and all the composites that are placed there?
Okay, thank you for that additional
Excuse me,
comment.
just